I'm so glad you brought up Cory Booker to start the show. I am absolutely fascinated by the way he is handling the current situation with Brett Kavanaugh. Because here is a guy who is currently saying we must find out the truth about this accusation that has been made against Brett Kavanaugh, that he may, back 36 years ago, have groped a girl when he was a teenager. And that's a serious accusation. We must know the answer to it. Now, there's no evidence supporting it, right? But there is like her accusation, and it should be aired out, and we should know exactly what's going on. And so he's been the one like at the top of the list calling for this and harassing, Kavanaugh to try to get him to be pressured into saying something stupid or stepping down.
Now, is he saying that if you did something like this, you can't, of course, serve in a position of power like Supreme Court justice?
Yeah, right. Because, I mean, how could you, Glenn? I mean, you're one of 9 there. You understand? You're one of 9 in a very important role. And if you can't show the judgment to stop groping people when you're a teenager, obviously you should not be in a position of power
1 of 9
like that. 1 of 9 would be bad.
1 of 9.
1 of 9 would be bad. Now, it's an interesting thing, as everybody expects. Even he's basically telling you he's running for president in 2020.
Which is 1 of 1. I just want to...
1 of 1, right?
Just
it would be
1
even
of 1.
a higher level gig than the Supreme Court.
Right.
He himself has admitted to groping a 15-year-old girl when he was a teenager. The exact same thing Brett Kavanaugh is accused of, Cory Booker has admitted to in his own writings. Not only has he admitted to them, he's done it more recently than Brett Kavanaugh is accused of doing it.
Oh, my God.
Which is kind of interesting. The other thing
no, it's interesting to you as a conservative. It's interesting to half of the country. It's a racist smear to the other half.
Really?
And completely irrelevant. You know, it's a little like Keith Ellison.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, exactly. I think I can understand. I think I can understand how Democrats look at these stories. When Cory Booker does it, of course, it's racist to point it out. If Keith Ellison does it, there's no evidence of that. I mean, except for the text messages, the videotape.
The documentation from the hospital, it looks like now.
Documentation from the hospital. But other than that, it's not credible.
Right, exactly. Now, when Brett Kavanaugh, there is no indication outside of her saying it this year. Remember, people are like, oh, well, she said it in 2012. She said something happened in 2012. She did not name Brett Kavanaugh in 2012. And it was also recorded with the wrong number of accusers in 2012. So the idea that story is the same is highly questionable at all. But it's okay. Let's say it's happened in 2012. 1982. Cory Booker in 1984 wrote about a story. It was New Year's Eve, 1984. He said, as we fumbled upon the bed, he's dealing with a girl here. I remember debating my next move as if it was a chess game. With the Top Gun slogan ringing in my head, back to that in a second, I slowly reached for her breast. After having my hand pushed away once, I reached my mark. He goes on to say, next week in school, the girl he groped told me she was drunk that night and didn't know what she was doing. Remember, she's 15 at the time of this incident. He also then later on wrote in 1992 about this incident. He had written, I raised my noble pen. He was Spartacus even back then. I raised my noble pen to address the issue of date rape. And then I realized that the person holding that pen wasn't so noble after all. Again, he's essentially admitting to date rape in the column. With this issue, as with so many others, a dash of sincere introspection has revealed to me a dangerous gap, a gap between my beliefs and my actions.
Spartacus, tell me it's not so.
Say it ain't so, Sparty.